So we go back to the story of Cinderella. I'd like one of you to tell me the story of Cinderella. Raheela, I'm going to let you start with it. Tell me the story of Cinderella. And I might hand over to switch over between you. Okay. So off you go.
I know about this story, Cinderella, since childhood. It's very much famous here in Pakistan as well.
You don't say very much famous. You just say it's very famous.
Very famous. And you can say it's a story about a girl who is mistreated by a stepmother, I guess, and obviously sisters. But there comes a moment in her life when she, I think, finds something magical, and she through that, I think, shoe stuff, she meets a boy as well or something like that. I don't remember. It's a long time now.
That's far too concise. That's far too concise, right here.
Exactly.
Milena, you have a go.
Well, I remember that there's it all happens in a kingdom, and the king wants to find a wife for his son, and he invites all.
You're going far ahead. First of all, right?
But the beginning is just not so important.
Oh, it is very important.
She's mistreated. The father doesn't care.
Who is Cinderella?
She's a girl. She's a daughter of a man. I don't remember his profession. I don't know if there was any.
Yes, okay. The daughter, daughter of a man. Yeah.
And he marries when her mother is dead. He marries again.
Don't say when her mother is dead, do you? You say when her mother. When her mother dies.
Yeah.
You wouldn't say when her mother is dead. Okay. So when her mother dies. Go on, continue.
Yeah. He marries again with a woman who's got.
To a woman. He marries a woman, okay? He gets married to a woman. He doesn't marry with. You don't say he married with. You get married to. Or he married.
Right. Yeah, of course. Okay. So he gets married to a woman who's got. I know that I heard different versions. In one version, there's just one daughter. In other versions, she's got two daughters.
Yeah, it's usually two. It's usually two or three.
Yeah, but I also heard this version with just one daughter.
It doesn't matter. It could be one daughter.
Yeah.
But they are her what? What relationship?
Stepsisters.
They are her stepsisters. Okay. Go on, continue.
The stepmother and the stepdaughters treat Cinderella like their servants.
Like a servant, yes.
Yeah, she doesn't.
Yeah, but they treat her harshly.
Very harshly. She's the person who does all the housework, and she's got no nice clothes, and she's got no rights of the house.
She's got no rights. You'd say no access to the house. She's got no rights. Okay, not no rights of the house. She's got no rights. Why is she called Cinderella?
Honestly, I don't know what the English name means. I know how it is in Polish.
All right. Okay. She's got Cinderella, and her nickname is Cinders. Okay. Cinders. You know, when you've had a barbecue, have you had a fire?
Hmm?
And at the end of it, you have it's nearly gone out, but you've got the glowing pieces of coal or wood. Those are the cinders. It's not quite the ashes, but those are the cinders, right? Those are the cinders. So, and the reason she's called Cinderella is because she works in the kitchen where the fire is, and so she's also, her face is blackened sometimes by what do you call it? What's up the chimney?
Ash?
Yes, but there's another word when it's black.
Oh, I don't know the word. I know what you mean, but I don't know the word.
Soot.
Soot. Okay.
Let me show you. My mouse to work. Okay. Chat. How do you think you spell soot? Let's have a guess. Soot. Rihanna? Oh, go on. Soot. Spell it for me.
Well, I can because I've just Googled it. So.
You terrible woman. Horrible.
I'll be honest. I won't lie to you.
All right. Soot. Okay, that's right. So it's covered in soot. That's why she's called cinders. And she's mistreated. So what I'm doing this because I want to see how you recount, we'll take a proper story later. What happens? Because there is a plot. There is, we're talking about plots with films. What happens then? So she's mistreated. Well, you can't end the story there. What happens?
Even after being so much mistreated, she stays hopeful. She stays, she's a kind-hearted lady.
She's a very kind-hearted lady or girl, yes.
She doesn't take revenge. Never. She never takes revenge.
And what about her situation? Does she accept her situation? What could we say about her accepting her situation? What word could we use? She's to her situation. Rather than accepting her situation, I could be to be being poor. I could be to the fact that I'll never have any money. I'll be, any ideas? So, okay, she's...
Is it resilient?
No, well, she is resilient. Yes, that's good. I mean, she's resilient to it, but she's resigned to the situation.
Okay.
To accept the situation. With me? Did you know that one? Milena?
Resigned?
I'm resigned to the situation.
Yeah.
Do you know the expression resigned to the situation?
I didn't know it as an expression, no.
Yes, well, there you go. Resigned, you think of as being resigning from your job, don't you?
Yes.
But you also use it in another way, and it's normally you're resigned to a fact. It means accepting a fact. You must get resigned to the fact that you are never going to progress in this company. You must be resigned to the fact that you do not have the qualifications for this job. So Cinderella is resigned to the fact that this is her life. Her dad seems to not understand. She's mistreated. But as said Raheela, she remains hopeful, doesn't she? So she remains hopeful that something will change. Then what happens? Something does change. What happens? Milena, you remember more? What happens?
Yeah, so there's this invitation from the king to all young ladies from all the kingdom.
Okay.
And
what do you call the people in a kingdom rather than ladies? Okay. The people who live in a kingdom, what are you? You are the
subjects.
You are the subjects. Okay. So in this case, it's not to all the subjects, it's to all the young ladies, but you talk about subjects of the country. So an invitation to all the young ladies, to what?
To attend a ball during attend.
Yeah.
I said attend with the stress.
When you said it, you did say attend, but instead of saying this short, it's very slight, this Milena, what I'm
yeah.
Instead of saying attend, you said attend. It's not R, it's a, not attend. You said attend.
Like I did.
Yeah, and it's attend.
Attend. Okay.
Okay.
I'll try to remember.
You got to do, young lady. Right. So to attend the ball. Why? What was the reason for
that? The king was hoping that his son would choose his future wife from among all the young ladies, the young girls from the kingdom.
Okay, better to say hoped. Okay, we don't need the continuous. The king hoped. Okay, right. So then what happens? We'll go back to Cinderella's house, poor Cinderella's house. And Raheela, do you remember what happens?
I don't remember this story so deeply. But
so what? You don't remember it so
in detail. And I don't remember all the details.
I thought you said another word, which was usually
deeply.
Say it again.
Deeply.
Deeply. Yeah. Okay. Deeply. Okay, that's okay. I thought you were going to say when something is clear. We won't waste time on it. Just let me type it. So vividly.
Okay.
Vividly.
Okay.
In actual fact, vividly is usually used in a positive way.
Positive.
Because I don't remember it. I don't remember it vividly. But when you're saying that you remember something, and sometimes you're doing this in an argument with people, you say, I vividly remember you saying that. I vividly remember seeing it on that drawer, and now it's gone. Okay?
Okay.
You know the word, Milena? Vividly?
Yeah.
Okay. A vivid apparition. Okay. So, we're in Cinderella's household. What happens?
So Cinderella's sisters prepare for the ball.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. They dress up in their best dresses. And Cinderella, even though she's also a young lady, she's not taken into consideration.
Very good. Okay.
And she is just expected to stay at home.
Very good. Okay. So when they dressed up in their best clothes, their best dresses, I'm going to give you this word because it'd be hard to give you. You could say that they dress up in their finery. Do you know that word?
Finery.
Their finery.
I know this word, but I wouldn't use it.
No, well, it just adds a bit. It adds a bit of gloss to it. You know, their best dress, their finery. It means
Fancy.
fancy. Yeah, it mean you as a Muslim lady, Raheela, will sometimes do that when you're attending a special event. You
Definitely.
probably have a different hijab on, won't you?
Definitely. My hijab and my gown are way fancy than usual.
Yeah, it'd be more fancy than others, and that's called fine. They dress up in their finery. It's just an interesting word, which you dress up in their finery. Another word for dressing is outfits. Okay.
Outfits.
They dress up in their outfits, and Cinderella is not allowed to go put Cinderella. And then what happens? I'll ask Milena. Okay, come on. You should be. You one day, if you had younger, you've got to tell this. How old are your boys? Did you say?
My boys, my oldest is 18 years old.
Well, it's no good for him, this story. No.
Yeah, and then my middle one is 16, and the youngest one is 12 and a half.
Oh, they're too old.
They're too old, definitely. They're past the time, past that age.
Raheela, have you got children?
No, not yet.
You haven't yet. Ooh, she sounds hopeful. Are you married, Raheela? Are you married?
No, not yet. Not yet. So hopeful.
Oh, you've got that to look forward to as well. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
I've been married 3 times.
Thank you for sharing a nice secret.
Not 3 times. Now I couldn't live with anyone. I've got so used to my own ways, and I'm too old. All right. So what happens next, Milena?
Suddenly, a fairy appears. A woman.
She's a fairy godmother.
Yes, she's a woman who introduces herself to Cinderella. Cinderella as her fairy godmother. She probably had no idea that she had a godmother.
A fairy godmother.
Yeah.
No, she had no idea. I'm a fairy godmother. Well, I think there's a certain, you won't know this, I don't think, but there's a certain phrase she uses. She says, you shall go to the, do you know what the word is? You shall go, Cinderella, you shall go to the, now, basically, what is happening at the palace? What is it? It's an event. What is the event called?
It's a royal ball event, I guess. Ceremony.
It's not a ceremony. What did you say the first time?
Royal ball.
Royal ball.
That was, I guess.
Is that what you said?
Yes.
B-A-L-L.
I guess.
Yeah, precisely. Yes, it's a ball.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a ball.
Which is a very formal dance. So she doesn't say you shall go to the dance. That wouldn't sound very sophisticated. You shall go to the ball, Cinderella. And what does she do? Milena, come on, because you know this story, really. What does she do?
I don't remember precisely, but I know that she changes her rags into the most beautiful ball dress. And as far as I remember, she also changed. I don't know.
Let's stop then. Okay, that's good. I like rags. Okay, because Cinderella's dressed in rags, and that's very good. Ball dress sounds a bit ordinary. She doesn't wear a ball dress. What is it if it's very fine. You know, it's not just an ordinary dress. I mean, it's kind of flowing out. It's a g g g g g g g g.
You have to tell us.
Gown.
A gown. Okay. Yeah.
I said it. My
You said
mic
it.
wasn't.
Oh, I missed it, Raheela. Okay. Into a ball gown. Okay. Yeah. And what else? What else does she do?
She changes a pumpkin into what's the word for this card?
Cart.
A card, just a card. I thought there was a special word.
There is. Yes.
It's just a card. Okay.
Not a cart.
So yeah, and also as far as I remember, two rats.
All right. A cart is the thing which you see in a field, you know, cat and pulled by horses. It's a carriage.
Yeah.
Okay. And we also have carriages pulled by a
yeah, it's the carriage. I just couldn't, recollect the word.
Sorry to laugh at you. Just made me laugh saying
it's fine.
I told you were funny, Milena. She transfers it into this wonderful. How would you describe the carriage? Come on, right. It's gold, and it's gold.
Yeah.
Okay. So can you think of a word? It's like our royal carriage, which we had at our coronation over here. The word begins with, it's richly decorated. So,
ornamental.
Yeah, and it's ornamental. Now, this word is related to ornamental, but it's not ornamental. I'm just admitting Raheela again. She's gone. It's similar to she went to she was static. She's back. You're right. I didn't realize you'd gone, then I realized your picture was static.
Yeah, some light electricity issue.
Yeah, okay, I've got you back. Okay, the carriage was ornamental, ornate.
Ornate, okay.
Okay, you've got that one? You got that one, Raheela? It was ornate.
Oh, I've heard about it. I've heard the word. I've read it somewhere. Ornate.
Some churches, cathedrals are very ornate. Some mosques are very ornate. I visited the Blue Mosque in Istanbul. That was very ornate, just relating it to that. Okay, do you with me? With ornate? It's what, so are you moving around?
Yeah, I'm just trying to settle down somewhere. Finally.
Settle down. You're distracting me. So it's very ornate. Okay. And what else does she create? Milena, you started to say, you said two.
She changed two rats, I think, into horses.
Yeah, or mice usually, mice, but it could be rats.
Possible. Yeah, I just don't remember, all the details.
Right, I want another word for creates. She doesn't create. She
but I said she changed.
All right, let's have another word for change then, please.
She turned the mice into.
It turns. Yeah, another word, a better word than turns. Well, I'm saying it's better, but turns is okay.
Transformed. She transformed.
She transforms. Yes, that's good, Raheela. Okay, she transforms two rats into horses. Okay, and then off they. Oh, but before they leave, what does Fairy Godmother say to Cinderella?
She tells her to leave the ball before midnight.
Okay. You must leave the ball before midnight. Okay, so what happens next?
Off they go.
Good, all right. I like that. That's nice, actually. So, and you know, if you were telling the story to children, that's what you'd say. So they go. She also creates a footman to drive it from, I think, from a frog or something like that.
I think from a cat.
From a cat, is it? Oh, yeah.
I think it was a cat. I remember that he had whiskers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whiskers.
Yeah.
I've got whiskers. Quite recently, actually. I mean, I used to have a beard when I was younger. It used to be quite grey at times then. I only grew it about 4 weeks ago. I got fed up of shaving. I hate shaving. You women have the various problems which you've got to do, you know, with kind of makeup and all the rest of it. We have to shave, and it's I just get
This suits you, Steve. This suits you.
Thank you very much, Raheela. My two daughters, when this it was short and they saw a photograph, both simultaneously, you know, on Facebook. Dad, take it off, take it. The people at the ball were awestruck, especially Prince Charming. So we'll move on with the story. So they danced away the night together, and he falls in love with her, right? He falls in love. Then what happens? Drama.
Midnight strikes.
Midnight what?
Strikes.
Strikes.
Strikes. Okay. Yeah, I mistook the form.
Yeah. Midnight strikes.
Strikes.
And Cinderella does what?
She runs away.
Okay,
she realizes that it's time to go, that she was...
What's a better word for saying she runs away? You're being pursued by bad people. They're after you. So yet you run away. You
can escape.
Yes.
I don't think it's the word you want me.
She's not escaping. Well, she is escaping in a sense. She begins with F. She
flies away. Flees.
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 She flees. Okay, so she flees is a better way. It's a stronger way. A stronger way. Okay. What's a homophone for flea? What is a flea as a noun? A flea.
A flea. There's this insect. Right? A flea.
Typing it.
An insect.
Yeah. Flea. Okay. So you get fleas. If you have fleas in your hair, what are they usually called? Sorry, I'm going really off subject. Well, they're lice, basically. They can be called nits. Okay.
The fleas are usually the animal parasites. Yeah, not human.
Insects. So she flees the ball. Okay, that's a better word. She flees the ball, and as she runs, as she flees, she
loses one of her shoes.
Yeah, what do they call the shoes that she's wearing? In actual fact, do this.
Sandals.
No.
No, just because you come from Pakistan.
Pakistani version of Cinderella.
They wear sandals, as I did in Malaysia and Thailand. Right, that's funny, actually.
I know the word. I just can't remember it.
Okay, they're made of glass, for one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they're slippers. The glass slippers. Now, Raheela, before you get confused here, when if in Pakistan it's like when I was in Malaysia and I think in Thailand, I used to wear the kind of sandals which in England we call flip-flops. Flip-flops,
Okay.
you know, the rubber ones. But
The rubber.
a lot of people used to call those slippers. Okay. But it's not the same kind of slippers. The slippers that now Milena's gone.
I'm here.
Oh,
There's just no video.
Okay, never mind. I can imagine you. The slippers that we wear here in our house. I do sometimes wear flip-flops in the summer, but they're more comfortable. They're like comfortable shoes. Do you wear slippers in Poland?
Yeah, lots of people do. I hate them, so I don't wear them.
I mean, in the house, slippers.
In some houses, people wear slippers, but me and my family, we don't like them.
You don't. What do you
My
wear?
mother-in-law wanted us to wear slippers, but we refused.
What do you wear?
Nothing.
Nothing. So you walk what?
Barefoot.
Barefoot. Okay. Do you ever walk barefoot, Raheela?
No, we use flip-flops inside our house, but the outside shoes remain outside.
Yes, I know that it's true in all Muslim societies. I always had to remember. I wear something like slippers, not flip-flops, and because I'm so lazy and I don't want to put my outside shoes on them, you'd hate this, Raheela. I go out in them as well because they're like training shoes. All right, so she loses her glass slipper, gets into the coach, and goes home. And what happens then?
And the next day, the Prince Charming starts looking for his, I don't know how to call it, his beloved, his...
The love of his life. If we want to use a modern term, we could say his dream girl. Yes, okay, all right, yeah. And so he what? So what happens?
He's got this glass slipper, and he goes from house to house and puts it on the foot of every girl in the kingdom.
Yes, he tries to put and
I think this is the most stupid part of the fairy tale. The fact that he walks into a house, he sees a girl, and he's not sure if it's her. Besides, only one girl in the kingdom that the shoe would fit. Okay, the only explanation is that it's a magic shoe. It's a magic slipper.
You're making me laugh. When I was a child, when I first heard this story, I mean, I love the story, really. It's quite magical. But you are being so practical. Excuse me. I think even as a child, I had feeling of magic, and I was creative. But I also had this practical side to it. And I felt exactly the same as you. I thought, well, how is there only one person that this shoe could fit? Because, you know, we have sizes of shoes and adult shoes here are like size 4, 4.5, 5, and so on. You know, in Europe, and I think probably in Asia too, they tend to be in centimeters. I can't remember how they convert, you know, for adults, 43, 44, 39. But
it's still not centimeters. It's not centimeters, but the sizes are different.
Millimeters, then, whatever it is. Yeah, that I used to think, how stupid. Yeah, how can, just like you think, that's stupid. Okay, well, I'll just accept it. All right. that was the story of Cinderella. Are you happy to go on a little bit? Do you want to go on?
I wanted to tell you one thing, because when I was a child, I read a different version. It was written by a Polish poet. I don't remember the name. And it had a completely different ending.
What happened?
Cinderella didn't get any shoes from her fairy godmother, and she was going to the castle barefoot, and she met a shoemaker who made her very nice leather shoes. And she came into the castle. Her stepmother and stepsisters recognized her at once, but everyone was as awestruck as in the other version. And the prince wanted to marry her on the spot. But she asked him if he would make her such shoes, and she showed him that the slippers she had on her feet. And finally, she married the shoemaker.
Really? I never heard that.
It was a beautiful story. It was rhymed, and it was a great read. But I was so surprised by this version. I didn't expect it when I started to read, because it started just like the traditional one.
Surprise, yeah, yes. So you're so surprised. So you were, you could say that you were surprised. You were intrigued.
I was
intrigued by the ending. So that's another one of them. Would you?
Is it allowed to have different versions of one story written by someone in different countries? Is it allowed?
Say it again.
Or it's a freedom?
Say it again. I didn't.
Is it allowed, Steve, to just change the stories in other countries, have different versions, or is it free will?
It's not a published story. I mean, no one's got the copyright to Cinderella. You can do what you like with it. In Pakistan, I've no doubt that you've got your own legends, your own stories. I mean, our biggest legend is the legend of King Arthur, who some people think existed. He's not. As a figure, he may have existed, but maybe not as a king. He's probably a warrior, if he existed at all, and Merlin. So you can change that story, and it has been changed many times in films and in books. So
okay.
I know. I mean, if it was a published work, then it can't be changed. It can be parodied.
Okay.
Have you got Oh, sorry, I can't spell it now.
Yeah, it's a very much familiar word, piracy.
No, I didn't say pirated. Okay, I know things. I know in Asia things are pirated a lot.
Yeah.
When I first lived in Asia many years ago in Singapore, they were always pirated. Well, there were cassettes then, but you could buy pirated CDs and everything. But I didn't say pirated. I said, wait a minute. Parodied. A parody?
Oh, parodied.
Do you know what a parody is, Milena?
Parody.
Yes. Huh?
Okay. So a parody,
it's like a mock version.
Yes, it's like a mock version.
Mm.
You can do a parody of, of the story. It's usually done visually it's on screen as a joke. I've seen it or listened to it on songs. We love in Britain and America, we love musicals. Okay. A musical, I think I mentioned this before. Musicals are shows which the plot, music is added to the plot is developed, It can either be sung through or interspersed by dialogue, where suddenly they start singing. And some of the famous songs from musicals have been parodied, I think, very unkindly, especially if I like the song. Right. We didn't get, well, we have talked about books, but we didn't go on to the part. When are you with me next?
Uh-huh.
Are you with me tomorrow?
Possible.
We should do.
Raheela, come back.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Just remind me, I can't remember the timetable tomorrow. I think it's 4.
Yes, 4
p.m.
Okay.
Yeah, I should be there. I'll let you know.
All right. Try to be, because we have done some of what I intend. I hope that was useful. You've learned some. I know it seemed a bit strange, but you've learned some new vocabulary there. Okay.
So
Sequential thing. But what I'll do tomorrow, then, if you're back, is we will go to a more serious version of talking about books, because I've got some stuff on PowerPoint. So,
okay.
Mrs. Milena, you have to be there.
This is possible that I will be there. I've got no plans.
I've got no commitments.
Yeah. Okay.
So I can say to you then, Milena, then you have no excuse for not being.
Life can happen. So
Life, yeah. What we'd normally say is life happens, right? And so life can happen. Yes, I fully accept that, Milena. I fully accept. I do realize that. Now I'm taking the Mickey out of you. You understand that expression?
I don't.
I don't. It sounds so terribly English sometimes. I don't. I'm saying it nicely, actually. It's funny. To take the Mickey, and I have no idea of the origin of this.
How do you spell it? Can you write it?
Mickey, and it's a name.
Oh.
For Mike. Mickey. Okay.
Like Mickey Mouse.
Like Mickey Mouse, yeah, just like Mickey Mouse. And it probably comes from Mickey Mouse, okay. If you take the Mickey out of someone, you're making fun. You're taking fun. Now, it can be done cruelly, but more often than not, it's done gently. Okay, and that's what I was doing. This, I was taking the Mickey out of you. There's, if you don't mind me saying it, there's a ruder way you can say this. Cover your ears, Raheela, if you don't want to hear it, but you will hear it used between friends, and it's usually used more aggressively. Okay, and then taking the mick is quite soft, and that's taking the piss, right? And you will hear it. You can't protect yourself from this, because if you're in England and you're in somewhere, you could say, look at the price of that. They're really taking the piss. They're really taking the mickey. It also means being unfair about it. But it's the kind of thing which you would use between friends. I wouldn't have with my friends and family, and someone I felt who would not be offended. I'd have no hesitation in using it. I would imagine that you have similar in Pakistan, Raheela, but that's what it means. But taking the mickey is softer. Okay, so I'm taking.
I would understand the other one.
Yeah, but it's a bit cruel. It's a bit crueler, really. But you do say, you know, you said, I can't stop taking the piss. Or stop taking the mickey. I'd never use it with my grandchildren, although they would know what I meant. You're set to be Mickey taking. You are Mickey taking. Yeah, and it's got, yeah, you need to know that one. Taking Mickey. It basically means, give me a synonym for it. A one word synonym, a verb. I was Milena. I was something in Milena. I was Milena. I was
teasing.
Teasing. I was teasing her. You know that one, Raheela? I was teasing.
Yes, I know that one.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe give another song. Yeah, please don't tease. Yes, girls tease boys and so on and so on. Yeah, I was teasing. Okay, I will see you both. Hopefully both of you. You know, hopefully, unless an act of God prevents Milena from attending because something happens unexpectedly. Joking. I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll go on to talk about awesome books, or
Definitely.
not awesome books. Okay, so can you think about books, preferably books in English, which you'd like to talk about? Milena, you have instructions. I want you to tell me why you hate Dickens.
Well, I don't hate Dickens. I'm just not able to read it.
We'll do it tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll snip in the bud any further conversation, and I will see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Bye, ladies.
Bye.
Bye.
Prince Charming is going away.